Hey friends, as we get closer to summer, it's time to start reading books about kindergarten. And I have a book called A Place Called Kindergarten. And this is an Imagination Library book. So if you get Imagination Library books, you'll probably recognize this one. And the book was written by Jessica Harper and illustrated by G. Brian Cars. A Place Called Kindergarten. The animals in the barn were happy. The sun was rising over the oak tree, and it was time for Tommy, the boy, to come down from the big house. He came every day, and he'd bring the horse an apple, and he rubbed his dappled nose, and he'd feed the sheep a biscuit and scratch her woolly back, and he'd give the hen some corn and watch her snort and peck at the kernels. He'd always have a fistful of dandelions for the cow, which she considered a delicacy. So the little boy comes to the barn every day and feeds the animals. Sometimes Tommy would sing to them a song about working on the railroad, and he'd throw a ball against the wall over and over, which they found soothing. He always talked to them like humans, which made them feel important. On this particular day, however, Tommy did not appear at the usual time. So the animals are waiting. No, Tommy. Where can he be? Asked the horse. I can't imagine, said the sheep. He always comes, whined the hen. Where on earth is he? Wondered the cow. If you'd been there listening, you would have heard, neigh, cluck, moo, ba, neigh, cluck, moo, ba, because we don't understand what animals say. Just then the dog wandered by. The barn animals didn't like the dog much because he stole their food and barked an awful lot, but he knew what went on in the big house. So here comes the dog. He's about to tell him some news. Hey! Where's Tommy today? The cow asked the dog. He usually comes when the sun rises over the oak tree. He's gone. Gone? Exclaimed the sheep. Yup, gone in a big yellow school bus. Well, where'd he go? Asked the horse, who was quite alarmed. I heard him talking, the dog yawned. Oh, he went to a place called Kindergarten. Kindergarten? Where's that? Said the barn animals. Search me. The dog scratched an ear and then looked off to see the garbage can was tippy enough to be upended for a snack. So all the animals are trying to figure out, what is kindergarten? The animals burst into worried conversation. Where is kindergarten? What does it look like? What will happen to Tommy there? Will he ever come back? If you'd been eavesdropping, it would have sounded like, ba, 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 moo, 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 cluck, 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 cluck. Nay, 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 because we can't understand animals. The sun had risen way past the oak tree and even past the barn, and still Tommy did not come home. The animals were quiet, pretending to be calm. The horse, who was the tallest, peeked through the window every 2 or 3 minutes. The cow patrolled the door, and the sheep listened for boy-sized footsteps, and then the hen paced in circles. So they are waiting for their friend Tommy to get home from kindergarten. Finally, when the sun was dropping toward the distant cornfield, they heard him. Hello, I'm home. So there goes the school bus. Just dropped Tommy off. Yes, bellowed the horse, and the animals laughed and truly jumped for joy. The hen even flew a little. So excited, their friend Tommy's home. Into the barn walked Tommy with the biggest smile ever. His once yellow t-shirt looked like someone had thrown a rainbow splat at it. Looks like he's been doing art and painting. I've been to kindergarten, he announced, and I learned lots. The animals stood at polite and smiling attention as Tommy explained. He's telling them all about kindergarten. Listen to this. A is for apple. That's for you. He handed the horse an apple and rubbed his nose like always. The horse smiled as much as you can when there's an apple in your mouth. B is for biscuit. That's for you. He gave the sheep a biscuit and scratched the curly wool till her eyes shut from the pleasure of it. C is for corn, said Tommy. He sprinkled the kernels at the feet of the hen, if you can call them feet, who happily danced and cackled and peckled. And D is for dandelions. He presented the cow with an extra big handful, and she was delighted. I learned all those letters today, and there's lots more to come. Tomorrow we start with E, F, G, and H is for horse, by the way. And I finger painted a picture of worms, and we planted seeds, and Miss Miller taught us about the world turning. Hey, I learned a new song today. Want to hear it? Without waiting for a response from his animal audience, who were all happily chewing on things, Tommy began. When Mother Nature paints the sky, she puts a rainbow on it. Then she adds a small white cloud. It only takes a minute. Tommy sang his new song many times as he threw his ball against the wall. If you had been there, you would have thought the animals were singing along, but it sounded something like this. Cluck, ba, moo, nay, cluck, ba, moo, nay, cluck, ba, moo, nay, cluck, ba, moo, nay. When it was getting dark, Tommy was called into the big house for supper. He yelled an extra loud, "Good night!" to the animals. He threw the ball in the air as high as it would go before he caught it and charged out toward the house. For a long while, his song drifted down the hill and to the barn. The animals settled in. The horse nibbled hay thoughtfully. The cow slurped some water and lay down to sleep, and the hen plopped cozily into her nest. The sheep was not sleepy. "What do you suppose comes after letter H?" she asked. "He'll tell us tomorrow," said the horse, "after he goes to kindergarten." The end. So I guess the animals are going to learn their letters too. Every day whenever Tommy comes back from kindergarten, they're going to get to learn too. But we don't know what animals say, so it's just going to sound like moo, cluck, ba, nay. Bye. Thank you.